Hey guys, Tony Kagul, pitching coach, Westmont College, here with Figured Out Baseball. Today I'm going to take you through two throwing drills that we do every day. It's going to be the reverse throw and the pivot pick, and we do these drills with Plyo balls. It can be done with other throwing implements as well. We're going to take you through a throwing drill series in addition to this with some overweight implements, regular baseball, and some underload implements. We use Plyo balls to do that, but you could do these drills with a football. You can do these drills with a tennis ball for the underload and a regular baseball. So there's some options here. These drills we're going to show you today are going to be done with 4-pound, 2-pound, and 1-pound sand-filled mini med balls. So we're going to start with the reverse throw. I'm going to have Toby go ahead and take you through that. Typically, depending on the day that we're working on, at the very minimum, we're going to do one set of 10 with the black ball and one set of 10 with the green ball. That would be on like a low intent recovery day, and that will move all the way up to 2 sets of 10 with each ball with a little bit more intensity. So you can obviously see Toby demonstrating in the background. I'm going to take you through some checkpoints, okay? We're basically going through the reverse of our throwing position. So if Toby just move back without throwing the ball, Tobe, just stay right there. So grab that ball. So at the end of his throw, he's really going to be mirroring what he would look like if his stride foot was down and he was going to begin to throw. So he's just going to retrace all the way back down. That's the starting position. Okay. We want to have stability with our front leg. We don't want this thing wobbling back and forth. Okay. This drill is done by trying to rotate your torso as fast as you can. Okay. That's one cue for you. The other cue is to keep the back of your hand pointed towards the wall the entire time. We're not turning and shuffle passing this ball, okay? We're rotating our torso as fast as we can, and we're taking the back of our hand to the wall, okay, and opening up. As you progress into this, guys will throw it and catch it. Our goal for the throw is to get that ball to be somewhere right behind the midline of our body. That means we got a full rotation. So if you start and your throws are over there, that's okay. But our goal is to get them to the middle or backside. That means we're getting a full rotation. Okay, it's going to be easier with the lighter ball. The heavier ball, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. That's a good one right there. So he's going to start. He's going to try to be as stable as he can with his front knee. Okay, it's going to turn in a little bit, but he's trying to rotate really, really fast, warming up that shoulder. Okay, when we work from the end of a movement backwards, okay, we're teaching our body how to move. Okay, and so that's what this reverse throw is really trying to do. Okay, we're trying to open up the shoulder, trying to warm it up, and we'll have different intensities based on what kind of throwing we're doing for that day. So that's the reverse throw. We're going to move on to the pivot pick. So now that we've done the reverse throw, we're going to go ahead and move into the pivot pick off. So if you were with us for our warm-up routine, you saw this done with the wrist weight. We're going to move on to the Plyo throw. Okay, we're going to show it from both angles so that you can see the movement. Again, our goal is to get our upper body to just really work the whole time. We're taking our legs out of it by putting them in an offset position, reverse of how we would throw. So our throwing side foot is facing forward, okay? And then we're just really isolating the upper body and working on some rotation, okay? So I'm gonna have Toby start at the most difficult position, and before he starts throwing, I'm gonna tell you some offsets for this. So right now his feet are pointed in straight ahead. Okay, I see a lot of guys do this and keep their feet anchored and try to move, and they don't get a full rotation. So if you're a guy that doesn't have a ton of mobility in his hips or his lower body, we can cheat that movement by just taking it at a 45 or keeping that foot forward a little bit facing the wall. So that's one variation you can do with the pivot pick if you don't feel like you're getting a full rotation. Okay. The other thing I see a lot of is when guys throw, they bend at the waist to finish as if they were throwing a baseball off the mound. We want to really isolate the upper body and stay upright and just rotate. So we should never be finishing down here like that. So Toby's going to show us from the open side, and then we'll move to the other side so you can see the full movement. So here we go. So really low intent there. So you'll see if we're doing a high intensity throw, his throwing will get a little bit more intense with whatever day we're working on there. So again, the checkpoints, we're working on getting into that throwing position just like we would in a normal throw. He's going to let that glove side get out of the way, build some momentum for his throwing side shoulder to move through. Again, your throwing side shoulder is going to finish in front of your glove side shoulder. That's the point of the drill. Whenever guys are doing this drill as well, they have a tendency to want to catch the ball, and so they'll throw it and catch it. Go ahead and do that, Tobe. Okay? Or they'll stand right in front of the wall and they'll throw it and they'll catch it. Okay? We want to get a full rotation. So don't worry about catching the ball. Okay? Don't get hit by it, but don't catch it. Okay? If you get really advanced, I've seen guys just to get a full rotation, they'll throw it and they'll catch it behind their back. Okay? That's okay, because we know we're getting a full rotation if we can get our glove behind our back to catch that ball. But we really want to stay away from just being open-chested and throwing towards the target. Okay, Tobe's going to swing around to the other side so you can see it from a different angle. Again, he's going with the green and the blue plyo ball. So the green one's 2 pounds, the blue one's 1 pound, and just giving you a different angle so you can see that full rotation of the pivot pick. Again, very, very difficult drill to master. Okay, he's been doing it now for about 3 years, so it looks fairly natural to him, but it doesn't always start that way. So again, this will be the second way we do a pivot pick. You saw the wrist weight. Here's plyo carry. We'll do it as a catch play drill as well. But again, look at those checkpoints. He's going to get into a good throwing position. He's going to disconnect that glove side arm and rotate his throwing side shoulder through to the target. The last thing that we'll talk about is kind of targeting in this drill. We're throwing a ball into a wall that's, a foot away from us. So we really want that throw to be coming out at our release point. So we never want to spike a ball when we're throwing it into a wall that's a foot away from us. So just keep an eye on it. A lot of times you're going to want to throw that ball head high. So that's our goal, is that's the trajectory we're going to throw the ball into the wall. If we're throwing anything at this angle, you take 1 foot and you bring it to 60 or 46 if you're a little league guy, and that's going to really be detrimental to your arm, your release point. So we want to make sure we're throwing that ball eye high when we're doing any sort of pivot pick drill. That's our throwing drills to start. You saw the reverse throw, you saw the pivot pick, and so those are the 2 drills that we're going to do daily. Depending on what our throwing is for that day, we might progress into some more drills, but those are the 2 staples that we do daily to get our arms ready to throw. So at this point, our guys would go into a catch play routine, which we'll show later on in a future video. I hope you'll join us for that. Again, I'm Tony Kagul, pitching coach at Westmont College.